Now, the first decision of the Prime Minister is dedicated to those who feed India. Fulfilling the big bold promise, the Modi government has decided to extend the Kisan Samman Yojana for all 14.5 crore farmers in the country, costing the government close to 87 crore rupees a year. As per the scheme, all farmers will receive 6,000 rupees into their bank accounts every year. Besides this, the cabinet has also announced the Kisan Pension Yojana, which will cover 5 crore farmers who will receive a fixed pension of rupees 3,000 on attaining the age of 60. The scheme will also benefit the widows of farmers. After the cabinet meeting on Friday evening, Prime Minister Modi tweeted, a list of schemes which he claims have been fulfilled after being promised during the Lok Sabha polls. Modi's new cabinet is now in place. While it was more or less known that Jaitley won't get a berth after he requested the Prime Minister to keep him out citing health issues, former Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar's pick as External Affairs Minister came as a big surprise. Only time will tell how well Modi Sarkar 2.0 fares. Take a look at this detailed report.
The day after Modi took command for the second time as Prime Minister, he gave out his core team's responsibilities. The speculation was that Modi's right-hand man, Amit Shah, would be given the charge of the critical finance ministry in the absence of Arun Jaitley. But Shah was made the Home Minister. Nirmala Sitharaman was moved from Defence Ministry to Finance, making her the first woman finance minister in 48 years after Indira Gandhi. With Shah handling home, Rajnath Singh was made in charge of the defence ministry. Modi's biggest surprise pick in the cabinet was former Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar, who was made the new External Affairs Minister, replacing Sushma Swaraj, who opted out of the cabinet. Jaishankar is perhaps the most significant lateral entry into the cabinet ever. Another Modi loyalist, Piyush Goyal, retained the railway portfolio and was given the additional charge of the all-important Commerce Ministry.
I'd like to thank Honorable Prime Minister for giving me this opportunity to work in the Commerce and Industry Ministry.
Among the allies, the Shiv Sena MP from South Mumbai, Arvind Sawant, was given the prized Heavy Industries Ministry.
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी अमित शाह जी ने मुझे उस कैबिनेट में ले लिया है। अब वो कर्तव्य निभाना है जो देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने देश की जनता को जो वचन दिया हुआ है, उस वचन को पूरा करना ये मेरा कर्तव्य है।
The Prime Minister reposed faith in Karnataka MP Sadanand Gowda, allowing him to retain the Chemicals and Fertilizer Ministry.
My department is doing well. Since last 5 years, there was the fertilizer supplies are made on time with affordable cost, and so practically there is no unhappiness about my department.
Right, we're now cutting across to the new Defence Minister, Rajnath Singh, who has reached the National War Memorial in the capital. There's a visuals coming in from the National War Memorial right now. Rajnath Singh is slated to take charge of his ministry. A little later today, he tweeted and said yesterday that he would be visiting the National War Memorial there and paying his respects to those who sacrificed their lives for the country, laid down their lives for the country. So that is what the new Defence Minister of the country is doing. The 3 service chiefs with him as we speak in those visuals. The new Naval Chief is over there as well, Army Chief Bipin Rawat, and of course the Air Chief P.S. Dhanwa as well. Rajnath Singh obviously takes over from Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, who was the Defence Minister of the country earlier. She has been moved to Finance. Rajnath Singh has moved from home to defense. Visuals coming in of the new Defence Minister of the country, Rajnath Singh, there visiting the National War Memorial in Delhi. He will, of course, take charge of his ministry a little later today. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal is now joining me on the phone line. Aishwarya, the new Defence Minister of the country will be taking charge a little later today. National security has been a prime paradigm as far as this government is concerned. One of the issues that they contested these elections on and clearly was voted to power on as well.
Well, Parliament, definitely, a very strong signal being sent. Just look at the images, the new Defence Minister going and paying homage. So this clearly sends a very clear signal to saying that he is he knows his job, and this is, as you rightly pointed out, this is something which the government has been talking about, something which in every election campaign we heard the Prime Minister talk about, constantly saying that he is not the one who will lead those who try to harm his country, So definitely, just before taking charge, this is something which Rajnath Singh is also trying to send a signal to, saying that he knows the seriousness of the job and he'll do it to the best of his capacity, going and paying homage to all those who died. Very powerful image, and also a very powerful message being sent out by the new Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
And in fact, Aishwarya, one of the first executive orders signed by Prime Minister Modi yesterday was to raise and enhance the scholarships which are given out as part of the National Defence Fund.
Well, definitely, all these are in line with what we have seen over the past 6 months. We have seen how national security, armed forces, from the Prime Minister to all the other senior BJP leaders have been talking about it, also talking about the fact that national security is one of the major objectives of the new government. So definitely keeping in line with that, we are seeing all these things happening. First major what the Prime Minister, the decisions the Prime Minister took, also pointing towards the fact that going forward also we will see how important the armed forces and the national security will be for Modi Sarkar 2.0.
Right, those are images coming in from the National War Memorial, where the new Defence Minister of the country has paid his homage, as Aishwarya was saying, to those who have laid down their lives for this country. The National War Memorial was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi in his previous tenure. Yesterday, the government started functioning, and in the first executive order that Prime Minister Modi signed upon assuming office as Prime Minister again was to enhance the scholarships under the National Defence Fund. Rajnath Singh there, accompanied by the three services chiefs, Army Chief General Bipin Rawat, the new Naval Chief as well, Admiral Karambir Singh, and of course Air Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanwa there, paying his respects to the fallen martyrs of this country. He will be assuming office and officially taking charge of his new ministry at 11 a.m. this morning. Rajnath Singh taking over there from Nirmala Sitharaman as the new Defence Minister of the country. Right, thank you to my colleague Aishwarya for bringing us all those details. Now, staying with the previous Defence Minister, now she is the first full-time woman Finance Minister of this country. She has once again shattered the glass ceiling and taken charge as the first full-time finance minister, as I said, after Indira Gandhi previously.
I, Nirmala Sitharaman, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India.
Nirmala Sitharaman shatters another glass ceiling. She has become the first woman to become a full-time finance minister of India and the first woman to hold the portfolio after Indira Gandhi. As defense minister, she beat back a hostile opposition which had, in the last Lok Sabha, targeted the Prime Minister, alleging corruption in the 58,000 crore Rafale fighter jet deal. Now in the North Block, bigger challenges await her. As finance minister, she will be controlling the purse strings of the world's 6th largest economy, an economy that is staring at a slowdown. Growth has dipped below 6%. Consumption is down. Auto sales have shrunk to negative 3.1% year on year in March 2019, while growth in consumer goods is also down. Private investment is at a 14-year low. Unemployment is at a 45-year high, according to a survey by the NSSO that has been shelved by the government. The direct tax code has been hanging fire for years now. The banking sector is struggling, with many public sector banks reeling under bad loans. If that is not all, she'll have to raise funds like farmer income support that are bound to get bigger. And all this she will have to do without allowing the fiscal deficit to climb.
Nirmala has to work on improving private investment, private consumption, public expenditure and also exports. These are very, very big challenges if Indian economy has to start firing all over again, including new job growth. This is Rajiv Dubey for India Today TV.
The surprise pick in the new Modi cabinet was former Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar, who has replaced Sushma Swaraj. S. Jaishankar, who has been a key Modi loyalist and been with him through key dealings with US and China, has been the most surprising lateral entry not just in this cabinet but in history. Take a look.
When Subramaniam Jaishankar walked out of Foreign Office in 2018 after he did not get an extension in service, the news was met with disbelief. As Foreign Secretary, he played a key role in shaping Prime Minister Narendra Modi's foreign policy. He was one of the brains behind Modi's whirlwind Thanksgiving tours. A year later, Modi has once again turned to his most trusted foreign policy honcho. Jaishankar is back in a bigger role, this time as the External Affairs Minister.
As a minister for the Union, except as may be required.
Foreign Secretary Jaishankar guided the Modi government through the Doklam standoff with China, where India refused to blink. Whether it was relations with the US or China or Japan, the Jaishankar stamp was visible and evident. Now in his new role, he has testing times ahead. Of course, he will have to deal with Pakistan, which still uses terror as a state policy. But the biggest challenge would be handling the US, which has gone belligerent. Having imposed tariff worth more than $200 billion on Chinese imports, President Donald Trump is threatening to impose tariff on Indian goods. He will have to negotiate with the Trump administration also on H-1B visas. More importantly, Jaishankar will have to walk the tightrope with Iran now that American sanctions on Tehran have kicked off. In addition, India has to deal with boundary disputes with China.
It's only a change in direction, but what a change it has been, and what a huge surprise by the Modi administration to have Dr. S. Jaishankar as the External Affairs Minister of India. When he enters this building, in the past, he would always turn right to enter the Foreign Secretary's office, but today he's entered the Foreign Minister's office by turning left. That's the change of direction, but will that really change direction and course of foreign policy for the Modi administration, or will it not, is what we'll have to wait and see. With video journalist Madan Prasad in New Delhi, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.